They marked Earth as empty space on their star maps. Then the darkness split open. And humanity's dreadnoughts merged to remind the galaxy what happens when you mistake silence for weakness. The galaxy cataloged. Earth is category gray, not hostile. Not valuable. Not worthy of attention. A lonely blue world orbiting an unremarkable yellow star at the outer fringe of mapped space. Primitive radio noise. Chemical rockets. No FTL signatures. No megastructures. No interstellar traffic to the galactic concordance. Earth was a footnote, and footnotes were ignored. The Varelian ascendancy. Noticed Earth only because it lay inconveniently close to a newly claimed hyperlane. The ascendancy was older than many stars and efficient. When they expanded, it did not negotiate with worlds that could not resist. They observed Earth for 3 standard cycles. Humans were loud, emotionally volatile, divided into thousands of political entities. They fought each other with disturbing enthusiasm. Their military technology was crude projectiles, missiles, fission, early fusion. No shields. No energy weapons. No planetary defense grid. The Varelian analysts reached consensus in under 4 minutes. Planetary compliance operation. Minimal force authorized. A single cruiser was dispatched. The humans saw it. First, as a star that moved wrong, astronomers noticed an object. Decelerating from impossible velocity near Pluto. Instruments malfunctioned. Calculations returned nonsense. Panic spread quietly at first. Pure calls. Emergency meetings? Then the cruiser entered Earth orbit. It did not fire. It simply hung there, vast and angular, casting a shadow that crossed continents. Every satellite that pointed toward it went blind. Every radar station screamed. Global communication networks stuttered as if reality itself was buffering. Then came the message. It was translated instantly. Forced into every broadcast frequency, every screen, every device capable of light or sound. Inhabitants of South 3, this system is now under the protection of the Varelian ascendancy. Your world will submit to resource audit and population restructuring. Resistance is inefficient. There was silence on Earth, then chaos. Governments argued. Militaries mobilized. Old enemies declared ceasefires out of necessity. Missiles were aimed at the sky not because anyone believed they would work, but because doing nothing felt worse. The cruiser did not dodge. When the first missiles were launched, it did not need to. Kinetic warheads flattened themselves against invisible barriers. Nuclear detonations bloomed like flowers against an unbroken shield. Lasers scorched empty space. The cruiser responded with a single warning shot. A beam of pale light struck the Pacific Ocean. The water boiled. A column of steam punched into the stratosphere. Shock waves rippled across coastlines thousands of kilometers away. Tsunami warnings screamed across the globe. No cities were destroyed. The message was clear. You cannot stop us. Varelians expected surrender within days. They did not understand. Humans.Earth did not capitulate. Instead, something else happened. Something the galaxy had never recorded. Humanity went quiet. No broadcasts aimed at the stars. No pleas for help. No threats. No diplomacy. The cruiser waited. Days passed. Then weeks. Varelian commanders grew impatient. Resource extraction schedules slipped. The concordance demanded progress reports. The cruiser deployed ground probes, machines descending through atmosphere to assess population centers. Several never returned. Others returned damaged. Clawed, burned, torn apart by weapons far more advanced than Varelian scans had predicted. That was odd. The Varelians increased orbital surveillance. What they saw disturbed them. Across Earth's surface, ancient facilities long dismissed as industrial ruins were activating. Mountain ranges shifted as hidden doors kilometers wide opened. Oceans churned to structures. Rose from abyssal depths. Factories the size of cities powered. Up. Shipyards that had been silent for centuries ignited with light. The Varelians queried their databases. There was no record of humanity possessing such infrastructure, which meant only one thing. It predated their discovery of Earth, deep beneath Earth's crust, far below where the Ascendancy had ever bothered to scan. Humanity gathered in places that were never meant to be found. The Ark Vaults. They were older than modern nations. Older than recorded history. Built when humanity first realized a terrible truth. The universe is not kind. Millennia ago. When humans first detected strange signals beyond the star signals that vanished the moment they were, observed Earth's greatest minds reached a unanimous conclusion. If something out there noticed you, you might not survive, so humanity prepared, not for conquest, for survival. Generations contributed to projects they would never see completed. Entire civilizations rose and fell while the work continued in silence. Knowledge was fragmented, hidden, mythologized. Funding disguised as black budgets, then as religious endowments. Then, as anonymous trusts. And at the heart of it all lay a single directive, passed down unchanged for thousands of years. If Earth is ever threatened from the stars and seal everything. That day had come, in orbit. The Varelian cruiser detected a new energy signature, then another, then dozens, then thousands, space around. Earth folded not with crude warp jumps, not with hyperlane emergence. Reality itself bent as Titanic. Masses forced their way into normal space. Cruiser's sensors overloaded. The Varelian commander stared at the display in disbelief. These were not ships. They were moving fortresses, armor kilometers thick, hulls etched with scars older than the Ascendancy's written language, weapons arrays that dwarfed cities, drives that warped gravity like a toy, and there were so many. One after another, they emerged, forming a wall of steel, fire. An ancient human defiance. The largest of them eclipsed Earth, itself as it took position between the planet and the stars. A designation burned across Varelian displays in corrupted translation. Human Dreadnought class. Omega. Then came the transmission. Not forced. Not broadcast. Directed straight at the cruiser. A human voice comm. Tired. Unmistakably furious. You should have left us alone. The Varelian cruiser fired first. It was doctrine. Shock and awe. Remove the largest threat immediately. The beam that lanced. From its main weapon had cracked moons and burned continents on compliant worlds. It struck the lead human dreadnought squarely and did nothing. The energy dispersed across layered fields the variants had no models for. The dreadnought did not even adjust course. Then the humans replied. A single turret rotated. Just one. No dramatic charge. No warning flash. A slug of matter dense beyond reason. Accelerated to a fraction of light speed, crossed the distance in less than a heartbeat. The Varelian cruiser ceased to exist, not exploded, erased. Its shield collapsed before the impact registered. Its hull atomized. Its crew never knew they were dead. Silence followed. Across known space. Sensors lit up as human dreadnoughts continued to arrive. Hundreds, then thousands. They emerged not just near Earth, but at strategic choke points, hyperlane junctions, and deep space relays the Ascendancy. Believed secret. Humanity had mapped the galaxy long ago. They had simply chosen not to announce themselves. The Galactic Concordance panicked. Emergency sessions were called. Ancient empires demanded answers. Scouts were dispatched vanished. Borders were sealed. Fleets mobilized. Then a message arrived. It was sent to everyone, every species, every world. Every station, no encryption, no translation delay. A human stood on the bridge of a dreadnought. Stars reflected in the viewport behind them. We are humanity. We are not conquerors. We are not saviors. But we are not alone, and we never were. Images followed. Worlds humanity had quietly protected. Species saved from extinction without ever knowing who intervened. Invasions stopped by mysterious anomalies. Pirates erased by unseen forces. Human dreadnoughts lurking in the dark for thousands of years waiting. You believed Earth was weak because it was quiet. Believed we were primitive because we let you believe it. That was your mistake. The transmission hardened. We do not seek war, but if you bring it to our home, the camera panned. Behind the speaker, thousands of dreadnoughts aligned. Weapons coming online, stars dimming beneath their shadow. We will finish it. The Varelian Ascendancy sued for peace within 12 standard hours. So did dozens of others. Treaties were rewritten. Borders redrawn. The Concordance reclassified Earth not as Category Gray, but as something unprecedented. Category Sentinel. A world that watched. A species that endured. A civilization that survived by preparing for the worst, then becoming it when necessary. And deep in space. Human dreadnoughts returned to their silent patrols, waiting, because the universe was still not kind, and humanity would be ready.